In this video, I'm going to talk about obstacles that prevent you from listening to your heart and going in the direction that would make your life more satisfying, more fulfilling and happier. If you encounter obstacles towards forward progress in your life, in any area of your life, those obstacles are actually guideposts for you. They mark those areas that need to be broken through. You need breakthroughs in that area of your life to greater growth and happiness. So if you see a major obstacle, and these obstacles are like negative emotions such as hopelessness, fear, lack of confidence, anxiety, and so on and so forth. Usually these negative emotional states or thoughts that elicit these negative emotion states are areas in your life that need breakthroughs. So the most obvious obstacle is fear, actually. So you may have a fear of going to a certain place to meet someone, for instance. Like your heart says that you should probably contact this person, but there may be a deep-seated fear in you, and perhaps you don't even know why you have that fear. But that fear prevents you from taking steps to connect to that person. Well, if you notice a fear, that's a guidepost or a signpost that area needs to be broken through for a happier life. So one thing is to survey. One thing you can do is to survey your life and to find out what you're afraid of, what you have negative emotions about. Perhaps you have like someone that elicits negative emotions in you because that person did you wrong in some fashion or some way in the past. Well, that negative emotion is actually a guidepost for you. It means that you should probably take that route in some fashion in the future, and the sooner the better. So for instance, if you actually have a negative feeling about someone because that person you perceive had done you wrong in the past, there is a resentment towards that person, for instance. Well, that is a sign that you need to do something about it, that you perhaps need to make amends or forgive him. Perhaps you don't even need to see him, but you need to make the decision to forgive that person. If you have a fear, perhaps of going to in a particular direction or meeting a particular person, perhaps an old friend, well, perhaps you need to meet that friend, force yourself to do so. So if there's a fear, one way to do that is to actually have courage and to force yourself through that fear. Just keep pushing and pushing and pushing until that fear gets thinner and thinner, or be able to keep pushing in that direction so that you build the muscles to be able to push far enough where your courage becomes strong enough that you can break through that fear to be able to take action in your life. you will find success. Actually, you will find success. If you are able to do that, you will build courage, you will release fears, and you will find success. And this success will fuel you in further going in the right direction in your life. And when another term I also like to say is that you are listening to God and taking steps to be able to do what God tells you to do. It's listening to your heart and not giving in to those fears or giving in to those negative emotions time and time and time again. Because giving into them, first of all, prevents us from moving forward. It actually keeps us in a particular spot. It causes stagnation in our lives, and our lives just do not change for the better or for the worse. But generally, you will not truly be able to improve your life. And another way I like to describe this is you're bringing life into your own life. So what is life? Life is more than simply going through your day and working and eating and sleeping, more than watching TV, more than just simple entertainment. Life is actually it's also an interplay with the spirit. So when our spirits are high, we have greater amounts of life in us. Don't you think so? I didn't really think about this before, but now it makes total sense to me. What we need to do is to bring conditions in our life to a place where our spirit is filled. Our spirit is filled up with what we need. And this is true life, because this will emanate to every area of our lives. So listen to what your heart or God is trying to tell you. If it is in alignment with your heart, and you can conceivably see that it would improve your life, that is probably the direction you need to go. And when you keep doing this over and over and over again, it's like building muscles. You become stronger, and you can more easily do more and more of this in the future. But you also break through fears, you break through lots of things trying to hold you back. Actually, there are lots of things trying to hold us back. I'll get into more of this in the future. But there are lots of obstacles trying to hold us back from having our life fulfilled or creating a truly life-filled life. So we're not going through life like zombies. We're going through life with confidence, with joy, with fun. Imagine what your life would be like if you had these things every single day, where your life is pulled forward naturally with things that enrich your life. But it's usually these ephemeral qualities, this ephemeral energy that is of the spirit that brings life into our lives. So it could be, it's anything, like kindness, for instance, joy, satisfaction, success, accomplishment. These ephemeral qualities are positive, but they enrich our spirit, or you could say they feed our spirit. And so we become happy when we have these things in our lives. So what we need to do is bring about the conditions where we have these things in our lives on a regular basis, not on a uncommon basis where maybe once a month you feel this way. Not, in fact, I think a lot of people don't even have that. But if you can live this way on a daily basis, my oh my, what a life you would have. Because your life would be better than 99% of the people on earth. But in order to break through, for instance, fear, one way to do it is to trudge your way forward. Build your courage every day until you can force yourself to break through that fear, to break through that obstacle that holds you back, to be able to do what your heart is telling you to do. For instance, maybe you want to go dancing, but you don't have the courage to go dancing because you're afraid of dancing with someone else, or you're afraid of making a fool of yourself, or you're afraid to be able to meet new people. But keep at it. Do not give up. Just keep at it. And in the end, you will be a success. If you keep at it, you will be a success, and this success will fill you up, fill your life up with more success in the future. So once you've had a taste of success, you will want more of it, and you will not be satisfied with not having any. So break through those fears. There's actually many ways you can break through the fears, but the most direct way is to have the courage, to build up that courage, to force yourself through that fear. Other ways would be to lower the fear by going with a friend, for instance, or having a crutch to be able to lower the amount of fear that you would have. Another way you could do it is bringing God into your life, or bringing Jesus into your life, because when we take in the Holy Spirit into us, that gives us peace. It gives us greater peace. What we need to do in this case would be to find ways to then fill ourselves up with the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit will dispel fear, will dispel lack of confidence, will dispel lots of anxiety, and so on and so forth. And you would have to actually find this out for yourself, but we will talk about this more at a later date. So this Holy Spirit fills our soul up with an energy, a positive energy that actually dispels darkness or dispels negative emotions and energies from within us. So thank you for listening, and I'll talk with you again soon.